So good morning all my dear students. We had completed with our third module probability distributions, correct? So in that probability distributions we had studied about random variables, in that discrete random variables and continuous random variables, correct? So under first few problems were there on this probability of discrete random variables and continuous probability distribution function for continuous and discrete. Then after that, in the next part we had studied about binomial distributions and Poisson distributions, correct? Those two will be coming for discrete probability distributions. And then we studied about normal distribution as well as exponential distribution, correct? And so the continuation of that part will come in module 5. Okay, so module 4 is simply probability distributions, but module 5 is joint probability distribution. So what and all are there in this joint probability distributions? That is what we're going to study in this module. Okay, so this module is also very easy, not at all not difficult also. So easily we can score marks here. So in that first part, what I'm doing is joint probability distribution. Okay, yes. So what is the joint probability distribution? So earlier we had discussed about probability distribution which was associated to a single variable, correct? So we used to find only probability of x, something like that. It was a single variable, correct? The same can be generalized for two or more random variables. Means instead of going for a single variable, we can also go for more than one variable. So this is what we discuss in this joint probability distribution. Means it is especially associated with two random variables. Okay, so joint means how much? 2. So normally we come across here two random variables. Now what is the joint probability or the condition for the joint probability distribution? So if x and y are the two random variables, then we decide the joint probability function x and y by probability of x comma y. Okay, we write it as probability of capital X comma y, or simply we write it as f of xy or p of xy. See my dear students, the notations are very important. Sometimes they'll give f of xy. Don't get confused. F of xy is also same as probability of xy. Okay, don't think that f means function of xy, it is something else. No. F of xy is same as probability of xy only. Okay, where it satisfies the conditions, the probability of x comma y should be greater than or equal to, and the summation of that is probability of x comma y, when you add all the values of x comma y, probability values of x comma y, the total probability should be always equal to 1, correct? That this condition was there in the previous module also, correct? Always the total probability whatever we get, it should be equal to 1, and then the value whatever we get, the probability value cannot be negative. Am I right? We never used to get the probability value as minus 1.4 or minus 0.4, minus 0.5 and all, correct? So here same way, instead of one variable we are taking more than one variables. Next, yeah, so joint probability p of xi comma yi means that I is depending for the number of terms. Xi comma yj means it can be x1 x2 so on up through xn. Similarly y1 y2 y3 so on up to ym yj, correct? Represents a two-way joint probability table. See, this table is very important my dear students. So whatever you write here column wise, that is x, probability of x. Okay, row wise, I mean this one, this is your y. Okay, so probability of x1 y1 means you multiply these two terms x1 and y1, so this together we write it as probability of x1 y1. So what will be this position? That will be probability of x1 y2, correct? And what will be this position? Probability of x1 y3, correct? What will be the last position? Probability of x1 ym. So totally we write it as probability of x1. Means how do we get this probability of x1? If you add all these values together, we get probability of x1. Okay, then similarly what will be this position? Probability of x2 y1. What will be this position? Probability of x2 comma y2, and so on. If you add this totally, we get probability of x2. That is, simply we write it as marginal probability density function of x or marginal PDF of x. Means whatever we get here, when I add this, total sum should be equal to 1. Correct? So this is probability of x1, this row is probability of x2, this row will be probability of x3, so on. The last row will be probability of xn. So if you add all these values, I should get my total probability as how much? 1. This is related to x. Similarly, if you want to find out y, how will you find probability of y1? If you add all the first column, that is probability of y1. If you add all the values of second column, that is your probability of y2. If you add all the third column, that is your probability of y3, so on. If you add all the mth column, that is probability of y1. So if you add all these values, that sum should be equal to 1. So total probability of x also should be equal to 1. Similarly, total probability of y also should be equal to 1. And also one more thing, my dear students, if you add all these values, no, this box values, that also total sum should be equal to 1. Correct? Yes. Okay. So that is nothing but joint probability. This is all about joint probability table. So first thing is we have to write this table, and we have to find the notations, locations. This is your probability of x1 y1. This is your probability of x2 y2. This is x1 y2. This is your probability of x1 y3, and so on. So if you add all this row wise, your first row will give me probability of x1, your second row will give me probability of x2, your third row will give me probability of x3, so on. If you add all this probability of x1, y, x2, x3 values, sum should be 1. Similarly, if you add your first column, you will get probability of y1. If you add your second column, you will get probability of y2. If you add your third column, you will get probability of y3, and so on. If you add your mth column, you will get probability of ym. So again, this total probabilities of y sum should be equal to 1. Also, my dear students, sometimes instead of writing probability of x1 y1, they write this notation as j of 1 comma 1. Okay, instead of writing x1 y1, they might also write it as j of 1 comma 1, means joint probability of 1 comma 1. This is position is 1 comma 1, correct? So instead of writing p of x1 y1, they also write it as j of 1 comma 1. This will be j of 1 comma 2. This will be j of 1 comma 3. Even that is one more notation. Okay, so instead of writing p, they will write joint probability of x1 y1, or simply j11. This notation is what? j12, j13. That notation, writing that will be easy, correct? J indicates what? Joint probability. Okay. Now then, the marginal PDF, that is p of xy, are obtained by adding all the corresponding entries of xi rows, and the marginal densities of p of yi are obtained by adding all the corresponding entries of yjth column. Correct? Yes, that's it. See this, whatever I put boxes here, these are very important. You have to remember this. Okay, this especially this point is very important. Okay, that is independent random variables. The two random variables are said to be stochastically independent if they satisfies the condition probability of xi comma yj is equal to probability of xi into probability of yj. Okay, means the two random variables, xi is one random variable, yj is one more random variable, correct? The two random variables are independent, stochastically independent, if probability of xi yj, that is ji comma j, correct? That should be equal to probability of xi into probability of yj. When I start with the problem, you'll get an idea, don't worry. Then how will you find out expectation? Expectation, variance, covariance, and correlation coefficient. This is what they ask in the exam. Okay, they'll give you a table, find the expectation, find variance, find covariance. So that's why this formulas, whatever I put bracket, no, those are important. So expectation, if x is a discrete random variable taking the values x1, x2, so on up to xn, we have the probability function, then the expectation of x is denoted by e of x, correct? Or simply mu x. You remember mean? Same way here. So expectation of x is nothing but summation of xi into p of xi. Same way how you used to do in your normal probability. No, same way here also. Expectation of x is equal to summation of xi into p of xi, or here we are writing it as f of xi. Similarly, variance is nothing but expectation of x square minus expectation of x the whole square. I hope you remember these formulas, my dear students. This was already there in your third module, the previous module which I did. Same again we are explaining here also, okay. Similarly, can you tell me what is expectation of y? So expectation of y, summation of y into f of y or g of y, okay. Variance of y will be expectation of y square minus expectation of y the whole square. That's it, okay. But the important point comes in the next slide, my dear students. So you can observe here, if x and y are together means are two random variables having the joint probability function xy, then the expectation of x and y together are defined as follows. So expectation of x is summation x into f of x, expectation of y is summation y into g of y, then expectation of xy, this is very important. Expectation of xy summation of xy into f of xy, write it carefully. So it is summation of xy into f of xy, okay. So this is the formula to find out expectation. So normally they will ask you to find all the three expectations, okay. Next definition. If x and y are the random variables having mean mu x and mu y respectively, then the covariance of x and y is denoted by COV of x comma y. That is simply what? Covariance of xy is denoted by COV of xy and is defined as you remember this, okay. This is not required, whichever I put bracket you remember. Covariance of xy is equal to this one, see, expectation of xy minus mu x means what? Expectation of x into expectation of y. Clear? So covariance of xy means what? It is simply expectation of xy minus expectation of x into expectation of y, okay. So normally what we will ask in the exam is, I'll ask you covariance of xy. So if I ask you covariance of xy, what and all we need to find here? However, you have to find out expectation of x because that is required here. You have to find out expectation of y required here, and also you have to find out expectation of xy. Am I right? So most of the time in your exam they'll ask you covariance of xy, okay. So covariance of xy is simply expectation of xy minus, either you can write mu x mu y or expectation of x into expectation of y, one and the same, okay. Don't get confused, it's one and the same, expectation of xy or expectation of x into expectation of y, I have written here, okay. Further, the correlation of x and y, be careful, this is covariance, this is correlation. Correlation of x and y is denoted by rho of xy and is defined as simply covariance of xy divided by sigma x into sigma y. What is the sigma x and y? Standard deviation of x is sigma x, standard deviation of y is sigma y, okay. So if I ask you to find out correlation of x and y, what and all is required? First write this formula, correlation of x comma y, that is rho of x comma y is equal to covariance of x comma y divided by sigma x into sigma y. So you have to find out covariance of xy. So how will you find out covariance of xy? It is simply expectation of xy minus expectation of x into expectation of y, okay. So if I ask you correlation, we have to find out covariance, expectation of x, expectation of y, and also expectation of xy. So everything is required if I ask you correlation of x and y. See, a relation means what? All the relations are required in a simple way, okay. So if I ask you correlation, you have to find out each and everything which is possible over here. Clear? Now we'll go with the problem so that you'll get an idea. So what and all you have to remember here, my dear students? You remember the formula for expectations. So expectation of x is summation x into f of x, expectation of y is summation y into y of x, expectation of xy is summation xy into f of xy. Then covariance, what is that? Yeah, covariance of x comma y is simply expectation of xy minus expectation of x into expectation of y, and then correlation of x and y is simply given by rho of x comma y and is defined as rho of xy is equal to covariance of xy divided by sigma x into sigma y. What is the sigma x and y? So sigma x is nothing but standard deviation of x and sigma y is simply standard deviation of y, Okay, standard deviation is nothing but root of variance. So how will you find out variance? Variance of x is simply expectation of x square minus expectation of x the whole square. Correct? So variance of y is expectation of y square minus expectation of y the whole square. Hope you remember how to find out variance and all. See, that's why there will be an interconnection between the previous module and this module. If you know normal probability properly, then this joint probability is also very easy. Okay. So next we'll go with the problems on this one. Okay, my dear student, here I have my first problem. So the joint probability of the two random variables x and y is as follows. So these are your x values, correct? X are taking the values 1 and 5, and y are taking the values -4, 2 and 7. So this is a joint probability table. Compute the following, that we'll see later, you don't worry, okay? But before that, we'll understand the table properly, my dear students, because this table plays an important role here. So what and all values have they given to you? So x will take the values 1 and 5, and y will take the values 4, -4, 2 and 7. So joint probability of x and y means, what is this position? J of 1 1, correct? How much? So joint probability of x1 y1, that is probability of 1 comma -4 is 1 by 8. Probability of x, that is 1 comma 2 is 1 by 4. Probability of 1 comma 7 is 1 by 8. First what you do is you add this and check whether you'll get, you add this and write it here. Then probability of 5 and -4 is 1 by 4, 5 and 2 is 1 by 8, 5 and 7 is 1 by 8. Okay, so this is joint probability table. They have asked you to compute expectation of x, expectation of y, means probability of xy, expectation of x, expectation of y, expectation of xy. Then what else they have asked you? Standard deviation of x, standard deviation of y, covariance of xy, and then this is rho, okay, not p, this is rho. Rho of xy means correlation of x and y. So everything they have asked here. So the before starting with this problem, if you want to find out expectation of x, what is the formula? It is simply summation of x into its probability of x, correct? So we should have the probability of x separately, the distribution of y separately, correct? So how to get the distribution of x? So the distribution of x is obtained by adding the values of x. Okay, so it's like the distribution is obtained by adding the respective rows of their entries and also their respective column entries. So distribution of x, xi is equal to, x will take the values 1 and 5, correct? So add these values together. So it is 1 by 8 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8. So 1 by 8 plus 1 by 8 is 2 by 8. 2 by 8 plus 1 by 4 is 1 by 2. You got it? So joint probability they had given you. They had given you the whole table. Now what I am doing is I am separating the distribution of x separately, distribution of y separately. So distribution of x will take the values 1 comma 5. So write 1 and 5. Okay. So f of xi or probability of xi. So what is probability of 1? 1 means I should add everything. This full all the three values. It is like 1 by 8 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8, that is 1 by 2. And similarly probability of 5 is 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8 plus 1 by 8, again it is 1 by 2. So total probability of x, that is 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 is equal to 1. Is it not equal to 1? Yes, then it is correct. So this is the distribution table of x. So normally if you had checked in your previous module, I used to give this, you remember this table, and we used to ask you to find out expectation of x, expectation of other things and all, correct? Same way here they had given me a joint probability table. So I am separately finding joint probability of x table and that is distribution of y table. So distribution of y will take the values which one? -4, 2 and 7. So write that -4, 2 and 7. Then g of yj is nothing but probability of yj. So probability of y means probability of -4 is how much? If you add these two, you will get probability of -4. 1 by 8 plus 1 by 4, use calculator, it will give me 3 by 8. Then Probability of 2 means how much? 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8, that is 3 by 8. Probability of 7 means how much? 1 by 8 plus 1 by 8, that is 1 by 4. So if you add this together, I will get the total probability as 1. Okay. So you got an idea how to write the distribution of x and distribution of y. So x means it is taking 1 and 5. So probability of 1 means you have to add all the values of that for 1th row. Probability of 5 means you have to add all the values related to that row. This is 5, its row, these values. Same way, distribution of y. Y will take the values minus 4, 2 and 7. So probability of minus 4 means you have to add column 1 by 8 plus 1 by 4. So probability of 2 means 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8. Probability of 7 means 1 by 8 plus 1 by 8. That is 1 by 4. Are you clear with this table, my dear students? First, how to get the distribution of x and distribution of y. Okay. Now, I will go for the first question. What is my first question? Find expectation of x and expectation of y. Now, is it not easy? So, what is expectation of x? Expectation of x is summation of xi into p of xi, correct? So, it is like 1 into 1 by 2 plus 5 into 1 by 2. Add it. How much I will get? 3. So, expectation of x is 3. Expectation of y means minus 4 into 3 by 8 plus 2 into 3 by 8 plus 7 into 1 by 4. So minus 4 into 3 by 8 plus 2 into 3 by 8 plus 7 into 1 by 4, that will give me how much? 1. So expectation of y is 1 and expectation of x is 3. Done. So my first question, is it answered? Find expectation of x and expectation of y. Yes. Next they have asked me expectation of xy. So what is expectation of xy formula? See, when expectation of x is xi into f of xy, what will be expectation of xy together? So it is summation of xi yj into f of xy, means this into this plus this. 1 into minus 4 into 1 by 8 plus 1 into 2 into 1 by 4 plus 1 into 7 into 1 by 8 plus 5 into minus 4 into 1 by 4 and remaining all the terms. That will give me expectation of xy. That is, we have to find the expectation of joint probability. This is individual, correct? X is individual, y is individual. This is together. So together means how will you do? 1 into minus 4 into 1 by 8 plus 1 into 2 into 1 by 4 and so on. We'll see it in the next yes. So what is the joint probability distribution? So earlier we had discussed about probability distribution, which was associated to a single variable, correct? So we used to find only probability of x, something like that. It was a single variable, correct? The same can be generalized for two or more random variables, means instead of going for a single variable, we can also go for more than one variable. So this is what we discuss in this joint probability distribution, means it is especially associated with the two random variables. Okay. So joint means how much? 2. So normally we come across here two random variables. Now what is the joint probability or the condition for the joint probability distribution? So if x and y are the two random variables, then we decide the joint probability function x and y by probability of x comma y. Okay, we write it as probability of capital X comma y, or simply we write it as f of xy or p of xy. See my dear students, the notations are very important. Sometimes they'll give f of xy. Don't get confused. F of xy is also same as probability of xy. Okay, don't think that f means function of xy, it is something else. No. F of xy is same as probability of xy only. Okay, where it satisfies the conditions, the probability of x comma y should be greater than or equal to, and the summation of that is probability of x comma y. When you add all the values of x comma y, probability values of x comma y, the total probability should be always equal to 1, correct? That this condition was there in the previous module also, correct? Always the total probability whatever we get, it should be equal to 1, and then the value whatever we get, the probability value cannot be negative. Am I right? We never used to get the probability value as minus 1.4 or minus 0.4, minus 0.5 and all, correct? So here same way, instead of one variable we are taking more than one variables. covariance of x is simply expectation of xy minus expectation of x into expectation of y. Mu x mu y means expectation of x into expectation of y. So expectation of xy was 3 by 2 minus expectation of x is 3, expectation of y is 1. So 3 by 2 minus 3 will give me minus 3 by 2. Okay. See, covariance and all, if you get negative, no problem. Okay. But only probability value we should not get negative. Then next I had asked me correlation of xy. Correlation of xy is nothing but rho of xy. See, remember the notations, my dear students. Covariation is nothing but rho of xy. Covariance means COV of xy. So rho of xy is equal to COV of xy divided by sigma x into sigma y. So it is simply minus 3 by 2. There is a minus sign which is missed here. So minus 3 by 2 divided by sigma x. How much is sigma x? Root 2. And sigma y was root of 75 by 4. You calculate this, you will get it as minus 0.1732. Got it? So rho of xy is simply minus 0.1732. Okay. So this is the way how we have to find the values. I hope you are clear with the table, how to divide it as separately as table of x, distribution of x and distribution of y. Don't worry, I'll do another problem so that it will be easy for you to understand. Okay. The joint probability distribution table for the two random variables x and y are as follows. So x will take the values 1 and 2, y will take the values minus 2, minus 1, 4 and 5. So total joint probability. So probability of 1 comma minus 2 is how much? 0.1. Probability of 1 comma minus 1 is 0.2. Probability of 1 comma 4 is 0. Probability of 1 comma 5 is 0.3. Similarly, probability of 2 comma minus 2 is 0.2. 2 comma minus 1 is 0.1 and so on. Now what they have asked you? Determine the marginal probability distribution of x and y. Marginal probability distribution means what? This one only. You have to do separately x and you have to do separately y. That is your marginal probability distribution. Also compute expectation of x, y and xy as we did in the previous problem. Then that asked me to find out standard deviation of xy means sigma x and sigma y. Then covariance of xy and correlation of xy. Same thing whatever you did in the previous problem we have to repeat here. But these two questions are extra here. What are those? Further verify that whether x and y are dependent random variables. So remember, I had said you it's an important definition. We tell that the two random variables x and y are independent if probability of x into probability of y is equal to probability of xy. Means that I'll come for that, don't worry. Okay. First I'll go for the marginal probability distribution of x and y. So marginal probability means what? You have to separately write the probability of x or the distribution of x, and you have to separately write the distribution of y. So that is nothing but marginal probability distribution of x and y. So distribution of x. So x will take which values? First you write that. X will take the values 1 and 2. Write 1 and 2. Then how will you find that probability of x? So probability of this 1 is nothing but you have to add all the values related to 1. That is this entire row you have to add. 0.1 plus 0.2 plus 0 plus 0.3. So 0.1 plus 0.2 is 0.3. 0.3 plus 0 is 0.3. 0.3 plus 0.3 is 0.6. Correct? Then probability of 2 means 0.2 plus 0.1 plus 0.1 plus 0. So 0.2 plus 0.1 is 0.3. 0.3 plus 0.1 is 0.4. So 0.6 plus 0.4, total probability of x is 1. This answer is correct. So when you add this total probability, it should be 1. Then distribution of y. Y will take the values minus 2, minus 1, 4 and 5. So probability of minus 2 means related to minus 2. That is 0.1 plus 0.2, 0.3. Probability of minus 1 means 0.2 plus 0.1, that is 0.3. Probability of 4 means 0 plus 0.1, that is 0.1. Probability of 5 means 0.3 plus 0.1, or that is simply 0.3. So when I add this, total should be how much? 1. Check whether it is 1. We have to just cross verify it. So 0.3 plus 0.3 is 0.6. 0.6 plus 0.1 is 0.7. 0.7 plus 0.3 is 1. Yes. So I have done my marginal PDF of x and marginal probability distribution function of y separately. Done. So this answer is done. Determine the marginal probability is done. Now they have asked me what? Expectation of x, y as well as xy. How will you find expectation of x, my dear students? So expectation of x is simply summation xi into f of xi. Means we have to just multiply this and add it. So it is 1 into 0.6 plus 2 into 0.4. That is your expectation of x. How will you find expectation of y? Minus 2 into 0.3 plus minus 1 into 0.3 plus 4 into 0.1 plus 5 into 0.3. That is your expectation of y. How will you do expectation of xy? It is simply 1 into minus 2 into 0.1, 1 into minus 1 into 0.2, plus 1 into 4 into 0, plus 1 into 5 into 0.3, plus 2 into minus 2 into 0.2, and so on. That is nothing but expectation of xy. Okay, we will see what answers we will get here. Yes. So you can observe here I have done what is my expectation of x, expectation of y as well as expectation of xy. So go through it properly. So expectation of x is summation xi into f of xi, as I said in the previous slide. So it is 1 into 0.6 plus 2 into 0.4, that is 1.4. Expectation of y is yj into g of yj. So minus 2 into 0.3 plus minus 1 into 0.3, that I will get it as 1. Expectation of xy, as I said, you have to multiply the entire table. So it's like first row first column into its value, first row second column into its value, first row third column's value into its value, and so on. Go on doing, we'll get it as 0.9. Okay, so this is your expected values of x, expected value of y, and expected value of x into y together. Then next they had asked me to find out standard deviation of x and y, correct? So standard deviation is simply sigma x. Notation is sigma x. But how to get standard deviation? It is root of variance. Variance means sigma x square. So it is simply expectation of x square minus expectation of x the whole square. So expectation of x square, how will I calculate? If expectation of x is xi into f of xi, expectation of x square will be x square into f of xy. So it is like 1 square into 0.6 plus 2 square into 0.4. I will get 2.2. Similarly, expectation of y square is simply summation yj square into g of yj. So it is like y square 2 square minus 2 the whole square is 4, 4 into 0.3 plus minus 1 the whole square is 1, 1 into 0.3 plus 4 square is 16, 16 into 0.1 plus 5 square is 25, 25 into 0.3. I will get 10.6. So now sigma x square or variance is equal to expectation of x square, that is 2.2, minus expectation of x the whole square. So expectation of x is 1.4, it's a square. So 2.2 minus 1.4 the whole square will give me 0.24. So therefore summation standard deviation of x is how much? Root of 0.24, that is 0.49. Similarly summation sigma y square, sigma y square is equal to expectation of x square, that is 10.6 we have obtained here, minus expectation of y the whole square. Expectation of y was 1, it's a square. So 10.6 minus 1 is 9.6. Therefore standard deviation of y is 3.1. Means root of 9.6 will give me 3.1. Clear? Now covariance of xy. So how will you do covariance of xy? It is simply expectation of xy minus expectation of x into expectation of y. So expectation of xy is 0.9 minus expectation of x is 1.4, expectation of y is 1. So I'll get my covariance of xy as 0.5 minus 0.5. Clear? Then correlation of x and y. So it is simply rho of xy. Correlation means rho of xy, and it is given by covariance of xy divided by sigma x into sigma y. So my covariance of xy is 0.5 divided by sigma x is how much? 0.49, and sigma y is 3.1. It will give me minus 0.3. Clear? So this is the way how we have to calculate our covariance or correlation of x and y. Okay. But in this question there were some two additional questions. We have to check whether they are independent random variables. Okay. Yes. So they had asked me one more question. See whether this x and y are independent random variables or dependent random variables. So in order to check whether if x and y are independent random variables, then certain conditions should be satisfied. What is that condition? P of xi comma yi should be equal to probability of x into probability of y. Means this is obtained using joint probability, and this is obtained by using individual distribution. Correct? So just check here. I have written the table just for my reference, my dear students, but in the exam already this table will be there. Correct? Initially only it will be there. Now it can be seen that first value you check here, 0.6 into 0.3, that is your P of xi into P of yi. 0.6 into 0.3 is equal to how much? 0.18. Is it same as P of xi yi, that is this value? No. J11 or P of x1 y1 is 0.1. Correct? So it's like probability of xi into probability of yj, that is 0.6 into 0.3 is equal to 0.18. It is not equal to 0.1. That is simply probability of xi yj is not equal to probability of x into probability of y. So what I can tell you, since one condition is not satisfied, obviously the other conditions will not satisfy. Therefore we can conclude that x and y are dependent random variables. If it is equal in all the cases, then we tell it as independent random variables. Clear? So what you have to do? You have to just multiply its probabilities. Probability of x1, that is 0.6, probability of minus 2 is 0.3. So 0.6 into 0.3 is 0.18. Is it same as 0.1 here? No. Therefore we can tell that x and y are dependent variables, or they are not independent. Clear with the you got an idea how to check whether it's a dependent or independent random variables? Okay. Okay, in this question they had asked me another one. Also find probability of x plus y greater than 0. See here, they had asked me to find probability of x plus y greater than 0. So x plus y means what? X will take which values? 1 and 2. Y will take which values? Minus 1, minus 2, minus 1, 4 and 5. So x plus y means when I add values of x and y, it should be greater than 0. Its probability I should find here. So here, if you check here, 1 plus minus 2, I am adding x and y values to check whether it is greater than 0. 1 plus minus 2 is how much? Minus 1. So can I take that value here? You don't worry about these values, okay? See here, 1 plus minus 2 if I take, I'll get minus 1. I am not taking that. 1 plus minus 1, 0. I will not take that. 1 plus 4, yes, 5, which is greater than 0. So I'll take that value. What is it? You just see this, my dear students, okay? So which and all values are greater than 0, no, when you add x and y? That we have to write here. So you can check here. 1, check the arrow mark. 1 plus 4 will give me how much? 5. 5 is greater than 0. What is its probability? 0. Write it here, written. Next, 1 plus 5. Again, is it greater than 0? Yes. What is its probability? 0.3. So write 0.3. Next, 2 minus 2, 0. Is it greater than 0? No. You don't write this. 2 minus 1. How much is 2 minus 1? 1. Is 1 greater than 0? Yes. So what is its probability? 0.1. Right, 0.1. Next, 2 and 4. 6. So 6, how much is 6? 0.1. But 0.1 already once you have written here, correct? 2 plus 4 is 6. 1 plus 5 is also 6. Yes. Next, 2 plus 5, 7. So that is 0. So 4 values will get, that is J13, this value, plus 0.3, plus 1. Okay, 2 minus 1 is 1. So for 1 already we have obtained here, correct? So don't write that. If the values are repeating, don't write it, okay? Only once we have to write it. So that I'll get the total probability as 0.5. So probability of x plus y greater than 0 is 0.5. Okay? Clear with the idea how to write it? Okay. So these are all the problems, the two problems whatever I solved here. Now there are no much problems here in this one. Okay, just go through these two problems, more than enough. So in these two problems also they had given me what? They had given me the joint probability distribution table, and they had asked me to find other values. The next two problems what I am doing, in this one they will be giving me the distribution tables of x and y separately. We have to find out the joint probability table. Okay, you got an idea? The reverse way they will ask you. Okay, so we'll go with the next problem, my dear students. So this is my next problem. Suppose x and y are independent random variables with the following respective distribution. Find the joint probability distribution of x and y. Also verify that covariance of xy is 0. So here what they have given me? They have given me the distribution function of x separately, distribution function of y separately. I have to find out what here? We have to find the joint probability of x and y. So first you draw the table, okay? So x will take which values? See, don't worry about this last one, okay? This is just for our reference. Which one? I'll one second. So this last values are just for our reference, so to check whether it is proper or not. So x will take the values 1 and 2, y will take the values minus 2, 5 and 8. Write that, minus 2, 5 and x. X you write like this, y you write like this. Next, first position J11, how will you check it? So it's like 1 into minus 2, that is 0.7 into 3, 0.3, that value you have to write it here. Next, how will you find this value? It is 1 into 5, means probability of 1 is 0.7 into probability of 5 is 0.5. So 0.7 into 0.5 value you have to write it here. That is your J12. This table is just for your reference, my dear students. You no need to write in the exam, okay? Just for your understanding I have written here. Okay. Next value. How will you write probability of this one? J13, how will I? Yes. See here. J11, as I said. So probability of 1 is 0.7 and probability of minus 2 is 0.3. So it will give me 0.21. Next, this value, how to write it? So probability of 1 is 0.7, probability of 5 is 0.5. So 0.7 into 0.5 will give me 0.35. Next, how will I write this value? Probability of 1 is 0.7 into probability of 8 is 0.2. So 0.7 into 0.2 will give me 0.14. Next, how will I write this value? So J21, see this and all is not required in the exam, okay? If you just write this table, more than enough. This just for your explanation, for understanding, I am explaining all this by writing, okay? Even if you don't write and write this table directly, no problem, we will give you the marks. So probability of 2 is 0.3 and probability of minus 2 is also 0.3, so I will get 0.09. Next, how will I find this value? Probability of 2, that is 0.3, and probability of 5 is 0.5. So 0.3 into 0.5 is 0.15. Same way J23, that is this value, we will get it as 0.06. Next, to check whether these values are proper or not, what you do is, you add all these values, write it here. Add all these values, write it here. 0.7 and 0.3. If you check your question, was it not these values, the probability values of x here? Check your question. Yes. So when x was 1, its probability was 0.7. When x was 2, its probability was 0.3. If you want, you can check your question. Then if you check here, these are the values of y, is it not? When y was minus 2, its value was 0.3 probability value. When y was 5, its value was 0.5 probability value. When y was 8, its probability value was 0.2. This is your table values only. Which one? Wait, I'll just underline it. See here. So then they had asked me to find out covariance of xy. So how will you find out covariance of xy? Covariance of xy is simply expectation of x minus expectation of y, sorry, expectation of xy minus expectation of x into expectation of y. So find out what is expectation of xy. We have done here, I am getting 4.55 minus expectation of x is 1.3, expectation of y is 3.5. So when I do this, I should get 0. Thus the result, covariance of xy is equal to 0. Is it verified? Yes, it is verified. That's it. Okay. Hope you are clear with this problem, my dear students. So not at all difficult. Just they had given me the distribution tables of x and y separately. We have to find the joint probability distribution table. That's it. Okay. Hope you are clear with this one. So if you have any doubts or any confusions, please contact me, my dear students. This is one of the module 3, 4, 5 are your easiest module in the exam point of view compared to your first and second module. Okay. So my dear students, my suggestion is go through this module 3, 4 and 5 properly. Okay. These are your easiest module where you can score out very easily. Okay. Yes. Next problem. So here I have my next problem, my dear students. If x and y are the independent random variables where x taking the values 2, 5, 7 with the probability 1 by 2, 1 by 4 and 1 by 4, means instead of giving the table they had given me the values, and y takes the values 3, 4, 5 with the probability 1 by 3, 1 by 3, 1 by 3. So I have written it in terms of tables first. Done. Next, find the joint probability distribution of x and y. Joint probability distribution means what? The table. First write x and y. This and all just for your reference, not required. I will directly explain with the table, my dear students. So first I will write x and y. X will take the values 2, 5, 7. Y will take the values 3, 4, 5. So it is probability of x 2 into probability of 3. It will give me 1 by 6. Probability of 2 into probability of 4, it will give me 1 by 6. And probability of 2 into probability of 5, it will give me 1 by 6. Then probability of 5 into probability of 3, same as we did in the previous problem. Hope you can follow this with the table. Okay. Then they had asked me to find out covariance of xy. Covariance of xy is equal to expectation of xy minus expectation of x into expectation of y. First I will find out expectation of x. Summation xi into f of xi, do that. 4. See, this and all you can do it by yourself. I will not explain it. I will just leave it for you so that you can copy the answer if you want. Okay. Okay. Now I will go with the next tip, dear students. So they had asked me to find the probability of z, that is probability of x plus y. Right. This is your C question. But this table I have just written for my reference so that I can explain here. Okay. So probability of x plus y. X plus y means first we should know what values will be there for z, that is x plus y. So 2 plus 3 is how much? 5. 2 plus 4 is 6. Okay, write its probability. That's it. 2 plus 3 is 5. So x plus y, correct? That is 1 by 6. 2 plus 4 is 6. Its probability is 1 by 6. Then 2 plus 5 is 7. 7, its probability is 1 by 6. Next, 5 plus 3 is 8. Its probability is 1 by 12. It's already there here. You just write it. Then 5 plus 4 is 9. Again, its probability is 1 by 12. 5 plus 5 is 10. Again, its probability is 1 by 12. It's 1 by 12. I'll tell you why I have written it as 1 by 6. Wait. Okay. Then see again whether anywhere you will get 1 by 12 again. 5 plus 5 is 10. 7 plus 3 is also 10, correct? So x plus y means 10, it is coming 2 times. So you have to add both the probabilities. See here, check properly with this point, my dear students. Y it is 1 by 6. 5 plus 5 will give me 10. Its probability is 1 by 12. Then 7 plus 3 is also 10. Again its probability is 1 by 12. So this 1 by 12, I'll just mark it, my dear students. 1 second. Just check properly, my dear students. I have marked it. So 10, the chances of getting 10 here is 1 is 7 plus 3, 10. Its probability is 1 by 12. I have put it in red color mark. Then again 5 plus 5 is 10. 1 by 12, again its probability is 1 by 12. So when I add it, 1 by 12 plus 1 by 12 is 2 by 12, or simply we have written it as 1 by 6. Hope you are clear with this one. Okay. Next 11. Okay, I stopped here. Next 7 plus 3 is 10, that is done. 7 plus 4 is 11. 11, nowhere no possibility is obtained for 11, so its probability is 1 by 12. 7 plus 5 is 12, so again its probability is 1 by 12. You got an idea? Only 10, then z is equal to x plus y, that is 10 is only repeating twice. If you want, you can check here. 7 plus 3 is 10, 5 plus 5 is 10. So both the probabilities we have to add, and we have to write it here. And one more thing, when I add this total probability, I'll get it as how much? 1. Correct? So this is the way how we have to find the probability of x plus y if they ask you. So probability of x plus y, they had asked me in the question, that is z is equal to x plus y. This table was already there in the previous slide. So probability of x plus y means you have to add the values of x and y and write its probability. So 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 is coming only once in the table. If you want, you can check here. You add any values of x and y, 5 will appear only once, so its probability is 1 by 6. Then 2 plus 4, 6. Again 6 is appearing only once, so its probability is 1 by 6. 2 plus 5, 7. 7 is also appearing once, so its probability is 1 by 6. 5 plus 3, 8. 8 is also appearing only once, so its probability is 1 by 12. 5 plus 4 is 9. Again its probability is 1 by 12. 5 plus 5 is 10. Write it 1 by 12. Next to add 7 plus 3 is how much? Again 10. So 1 by 12 plus 1 by 12 will give me 1 by 6. Then 7 plus 4 is 11. So 11 means it is appearing only once, so its probability is 1 by 12. Then 7 plus 5 is again 12. Its probability is 1 by 12. If you want, you can add all the probabilities over here. I'll get the total probability as 1. That is probability of x. So I have my next problem over here, my dear students. The joint probability distribution of two discrete random variables x and y is given as, see, instead of giving the table, they had given me in terms of wordings. F of xy is equal to k into 2x plus y, where x and y are the integers such that x is between 0 and 2 and y is between 0 and 3. So x takes the values what? They are telling you it is integers, so it is 0, 1, 2, and y takes the values 0, 1, 2, 3. Done? Now its function of xy is simply 2x plus y. So what you do is you substitute first x as 0 and 0 here. So 2 into 0 is 0 plus 0. So 0 into anything is 0. Next, x as 0 and y as 1 here, because this is a function, correct? They have defined in some pattern over here. So x is 0, 2 into 0 is 0, y is 1. So I'll get 1 k into 1, that is k. Similarly, when I substitute x as 0 and 2 here, so I'll get 2k, then I'll get 3k. Next, x is 1 and y is 0. When x is 1, so I'll get 2k. When x is 1 and y is 1, so 2 into 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, so I'll get 3k. When x is 1 and y is 2, so x is 1 means 2, or 2 into 1 is 2, 2 plus y is 2, 4k, then 5k. Similarly, you do all other things. Okay. Now my aim is, if I want to write these values here, probability values, I should find the value of k. How will I find the value of k here? You know that the total probability is always equal to 1. So you add this all the values over here, either row wise or column wise, whichever you feel easy you add it. So I'll add it row wise. 0 plus k plus 2k plus 3k will give me 6k. Same way 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 will give me 14k. 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 will give me 22k. So add a total value. 14 plus 6 is 20. 20 plus 22 will give me 42k. Means this is equal to 1, correct? So what will be the k value here? K is equal to 1 by 42. Are you clear? Hope it is clear. Okay. The sum of the total probability is always equal to 1, either row wise or column wise. So I am getting here it as 42k, which is equal to 1. So the value of k is equal to 1 by 42. So I should know that the total probability is always equal to 1. So 42k is equal to 1, or k is equal to 1 by 42. Okay, that asked me to find the value of k. We have found it. Next they are asking you to find out what? Marginal probability distribution. So marginal probability distribution means what? You have to find the distribution function of x separately and distribution function of y separately. So distribution function of x will take which values? 0, 1, 2. So 0, 1, 2, add all the probabilities of 0. We have already written here 6k. So it is 6 by 42. Correct. Next 1, 14k. So it is 14 by 42. Done. Next 2, 22k. So it is 22 by 42. So this is your marginal PDF of x. Then marginal PDF of y. Y will take the values 0, 1, 2, 3. So add all probabilities of 0 over here. We have done 6k. So it is 6 by 42. 1, 9k. So it is 9 by 42. 2, 12k. So it is 12 by 42. 3, 15k. So it is 15 by 42. So this is your marginal PDF of y. Done. Next they had asked me, check whether it is a x and y are independent random variables. Yes. So here easily we can see that 1 by 7 into 1 by 7, it is not equal to 0, correct? Marginal, what is that? Independent random variable means what? Probability of x into probability of y, it should be equal to probability of xy. Correct? Means, for example, if I take 0, probability of x is 1 by 7, probability of y is 1 by 7. So 1 by 7 into 1 by 7 is 1 by 49. It should be same as this value. Is it equal to 0? No, not equal. Hence the random variables are dependent variables. They are not independent variables. Okay. Are you clear with this my point, dear students? Okay. Then now I'll go with the last problem for this part. Okay. And your first question in this module 5 will be based on this simple problem. Okay. Yes. See here, important problem, not important, a bit confusing. See, the first 4 problems are very important. Okay. A fair coin is tossed how many times? 3 times. The random variable of x and y are defined as follows. X is equal to 0 or 1 accordingly as head or tail occurs at the first toss. Means x will take either 0 or 1. 0 if head occurs and 1 if tail occurs. And y is always number of heads. First question, determine the distributions of x and y. Determine the joint distribution of x and y. Also obtain all those things you can do, correct? Expectation of x, y, standard deviation and all is fine. But the important thing here is these two. I have to get the joint probability distribution table first. If I get that, then the problem is very easy. Okay, first what I'll do is, whatever question they have given me, I'll write it first. I'll write the sample and then I'll write x and y. Sample means what? A fair coin is tossed thrice, means 3 chances, 3 times I am tossing. So I might get all the 3 times as head, correct? One possibility. Or what is another possibility? I might get 2 time head and 1 time tail, last option as tail. Or I might get first time head, second time tail, third time head. Or I might get head tail tail, or I might get tail head head, or I might get head tail head, or I might get tail tail head, or I might get all the 3 values as tail tail tail, correct? So these are all the possibilities. These are all the possibilities which I can do when I toss a coin 3 times. Okay, now I'll write my x and y. How I am defining x? 0 if head occurs, 1 if tail occurs in the first toss. So first toss means here, if head is there you write 0, if tail is there you write 1. So first toss is head here, 0. First toss is head, 0. Head, 0. Head, 0. Tail, so write 1. Again tail, write 1. So again first toss is tail, write 1. So first toss is tail, again write 1. So if you observe, 4 times I am getting a chance that I will get first toss as head. 4 times the chances are getting first toss as tail. Okay. What does y? How they have defined y? Y is always number of heads. So here how many number of heads has occurred? 3. Here 2, 2, 1, 2 heads, 1 head, 1 head and 0 heads. Correct? See, and one more thing my dear students, we don't expect this to be in the same order. Okay, order is left to you. However you want you can write, but make sure that all the 8 possibilities are there over here. Okay. Yes, this is done. Now you got x and y, you got it, this one. Now what are the probabilities of this x equal to 0 and y equal to 0? That is what I have to check here. So probability of x equal to 0 is how much? How to get it? So probability of x equal to 0 means, check here, how many times the 0 occurs out of 8 chances. Probability of getting 0 is how much? How many total number of chances are there? 8. So write 8 in the denominator. What is the expected outcome? Expected outcome is 0. So out of these 8 chances, how many chances are there where I will get 0? 4 chances. So probability of x getting 0 is how much? 4 by 8. Probability of x getting 1 is how much? Again 4 by 8 or simply 1 by 2. Hope you are clear with these two probabilities. Okay, done. Now y. What is the probability of getting y equal to 0 here? Out of 8 chances, how many chances are there? Only 1 chance. So probability of y equal to 0 is 1 by 8. Y equal to 1, 1 and 2, 3. 3 by 8, correct? So y equal to 2, 1, 2, 3. Again 3 by 8. And y equal to 3, 3 is only 1. So 1 by 8. So write all these probability values now. Okay, done. Now I will go for the, see here, that asked me to find probability of x plus y greater than 0. So x plus y means what? X will take which values? 1 and 2. Y will take which values? Minus 1, minus 2, minus 1, 4 and 5. So x plus y means when I add values of x and y, it should be greater than 0. Its probability I should find here. So here, if you check here, 1 plus minus 2, I am adding x and y values to check whether it is greater than 0. 1 plus minus 2 is how much? Minus 1. So can I take that value here? You don't worry about these values, okay? See here, 1 plus minus 2 if I take, I will get minus 1. I am not taking that. 1 plus minus 1, 0. I will not take that. 1 plus 4, yes, 5, which is greater than 0. So I will take that value. What is it? You just see this, my dear students, okay? So which and all values are greater than 0, no, when you add x and y? That we have to write here. So you can check here, 1, check the arrow mark, 1 plus 4 will give me how much? 5. 5 is greater than 0. What is its probability? 0. Write it here, written. Next, 1 plus 5, again is it greater than? The joint probability distribution table for the two random variables x and y are as follows. So x will take the values 1 and 2, y will take the values minus 2, minus 1, 4 and 5. So total joint probability, so probability of 1 comma minus 2 is how much? 0.1. Probability of 1 comma minus 1 is 0.2. Probability of 1 comma 4 is 0. Probability of 1 comma 5 is 0.3. Similarly, probability of 2 comma minus 2 is 0.2. 2 comma minus 1 is 0.1 and so on. Now what they have asked you? Determine the marginal probability distribution of x and y. Marginal probability distribution means what? This one only. You have to do separately x and you have to do separately y. That is your marginal probability distribution. Also compute expectation of x, y and xy as we did in the previous problem. Then that asked me to